If I had to start my 20s over, I have about 5 things I would do to set myself up for long-term success and being independent, work for myself, and also having the freedom to go and travel wherever. I want to rewind that a bit because in order to do these things in my 20s, I would have had to have set up my high school years. So from 14 to age 18, I would need to do some key things in order to do this. In high school, I would have definitely committed 4 years to any language. And at the time I was doing Spanish, I only did 2 years. And I was like, I only have to do 2 years. But in retrospect, I wish I would have committed to 4 years. And even beyond that, I wish I would have submersed myself into Spanish speaking clubs. I wish I would have practiced until I was as fluent in Spanish as I am in English. Having a second language under my belt would have done wonders for so much of my life. Junior and senior year, I would have fully committed to getting my AA at a community college. I would have dual enrolled and I would have gotten all of my credits that I would need for my first 2 years of college for a bachelor's degree. I would have then been focused on getting my bachelor's degree in another country. So Australia, New Zealand, UK, Ireland, anywhere else but the United States. It's more affordable, and a lot of times you can get your bachelor's degree in 3 years. And also having that 2 years of community college under my belt would have just set me up to transfer some credits over anyways, possibly making it even shorter. So heading into my 20s, I would have had my bachelor's degree, and I'd also have the capability to speak another language. And while I was in college, I would have also propped myself up on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, just committing and digging in and building myself up on a platform like that will allow me to have constant work, will allow me to grow, will allow me to get reviews and build myself up on a platform so that I can have a secure work line, a secure way to have money coming in as I plan to start traveling in my 20s. So not only do I have my bachelor's degree now, I can speak another language, and I'm on a platform where I can bring money in, little or big. At this point, it doesn't matter because I plan to jump right into Workaway or Worldpackers. I want to go see other countries. I don't want to have to worry too much about accommodation costs, about food costs, because a lot of that is included when you go to those platforms and you do some type of trade or you do work for accommodation and food. It's just a great way to see the world and meet new people. And also, I would want to do all of this solo. I would have loved to have had that experience just doing it by myself. The second thing in my 20s is that I would have maintained my health care, my teeth, my eyes, my everything by utilizing healthcare services in other countries because it's high quality, it's affordable, and it's so accessible. If there was a country that was more expensive that I wanted to visit, I would have utilized the house sitting platforms. So that's number 3. I would have used something like Trusted House Sitters so that I could explore places like Switzerland or Norway or Iceland where I could take care of someone's home and pets, and in return I get free accommodation and I get to explore that area while I'm there. The last thing I would have wanted to do in my 20s is to learn coding. I would have wanted to learn and fully understand at least 2 coding languages to really set myself apart when it comes to applying for jobs on Upwork or just making myself invaluable, because some of these coding languages, if you take the time to learn them, not a lot of people know them and they're used in a lot of different ways. So it opens up so many opportunities for you. And I just think it's such a valuable skill set. TikTok has provided me with resources and opened my mind in ways I never thought I could do. I never saw myself leaving the United States. My mind was not open enough. So if I would have had those resources back then, this is something that I could have seen other people doing successfully and felt comfortable knowing that I could do it. And I hope that this helps anyone just kind of set up a different mind frame as to what you can do and what is possible, because it definitely is. And while I say I wish I could have done this in my 20s, I'm doing it now in my 30s. It's possible. I just wish I would have done it sooner as to provide more freedom in my 30s. But it's all possible at all walks of life. These are some things I wish I would have done earlier.